Like Scary. We are back. I hope you're all having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So, you all, I want to talk about the future with Halloween and basically just touching on, the fact that we might get a direct sequel to 78. But before we get into that, I need you guys to smash that like button because it definitely helps. All right, so I've been thinking about a lot, like just, with everything with Halloween. Now, Halloween Ends definitely split Halloween fans down the middle. It did, and it was said before, we got this film that it will split fans down the middle and just have fans on, both sides of the room. Some might like it, some might not. I enjoy Halloween Ends for what it is. I love Ron Campbell, Corey Cunningham. Once again, I just kind of was like, wow, when we didn't get that much Michael. But look, so I was thinking if Halloween Ends is getting all this, backlash, people are not digging it, people are upset about Michael not being present enough, the way he got treated in this film. People are not, happy with it. But it's also people out there that are happy with it. And I can see this happening. Now, I don't know if it would happen, but look, we had another direct sequel coming to, next door to 78. It was going to be called Halloween Returns, but it got scrapped. We had a video on that a few videos ago. Check it out if you haven't. And we got my second favorite Halloween of all time, Halloween 2018. And I love it. It's perfect. It's gold. It's next to 78, literally. And I feel confident saying it 100%. I love Halloween 2018. I love everything about it. The look of Michael, Laurie Strode, Allison, Karen. I just love it. I love it, all right? But that doesn't mean the next director or whatever, once they get the rights, they would not want to, do a direct sequel to 78. And I don't think it's disrespectful or anything, but I feel like, after seeing David Gordon Green do what he did with Halloween and kind of share his interpretation on how he think the story continued between Laurie and Michael, saying a sibling thing wasn't in effect and all of that, and just making crazy choices, which came out to be an amazing story in my opinion. But I can see someone actually looking at what David Gordon Green, has done and just decides, what, if he did this, why can't I do it? Why can't I pick up right after 78 and tell you guys how I feel about, what happened with Michael after 78, 40 years later. Now, once again, with Halloween Returns, they didn't erase him, but they didn't bring up Loomis and Laurie. It was like that was their own story. Once Laurie kind of got took out the house on a stretcher and everything, that was her story. Her story with Michael ended, like she said, it ends. That was the end of her boogeyman story. That was her boogeyman. Imagine if, now I don't know if you guys would like this, but imagine if someone else picks up the story and they do a sequel. Now this is crazy. You gotta follow me. And I think it could be, I think it'll be interesting. So how Halloween 4 has Michael's niece, which is Jamie Lloyd, played by Danielle Harris, which is one of my favorite Halloweens again. And I was thinking this, I can see someone doing this. Now, what if they took the Halloween 4 storyline and kind of modded it, switched it, and kind of made it their own, but kept the same, base and blueprint, and kind of pushed it next to 78. And what I mean by that is, this just talking about this gives me the chills, because it's like, if they don't do this plan, it's kind of like a lose-lose situation when you think about it. Now, I'm not saying Halloween 4. Listen to me. Halloween 4 has its own timeline with 5 and, 6. And I'm saying make it a sequel to 78. Kind of doing, since Jamie Lee Curtis is not in it anymore, I'm pretty sure Jamie Lee Curtis will not mind having like a cameo or something for, another Halloween. Just a cameo. Nothing acting, nothing brutal on her body or anything. Just a little small cameo, kind of explaining what's about to happen in this new sequel to 78 to kind of open the door, And I think I can see Jamie Lee Curtis doing that. And even without Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie Strode, they can still do it. Kind of like a flashback scene showing that, Laurie's life after 78, she actually did have a kid. And guess who it was? It will work. It's Jamie Lloyd, Danielle Harris, But Lori's not stable enough, kind of leading like 2018. She's not stable enough to keep Jamie Lloyd. So Jamie gets taken away, gets taken away from Lori. And now she's like in foster care and everything. Oh my God, this is the perfect, I'm telling you, this is perfect. Out of all the theories I've came up with how to continue Halloween, I've been thinking about this one for about a week now. Bro, this is the way. And look, so when Lori actually, leaves from 78, she has Jamie. Jamie's in adoption, and we don't even have to have, like I said, the Halloween 4 ties where she stabs her adoption mom or whatever with the scissors. Just erase that. Erase that. Obviously they can't because David Gordon Green's erasing the shit. But have it like that, and it's just a sequel. And now Jamie Lloyd, her name is still Jamie Lloyd. It's not Annie Brackett or nothing like that. It's Jamie Lloyd. And she still has, parents that adopted her and stuff like that. But we don't need to see that because now Danielle Harris is an adult. Or you can even go to the extent to have someone that look like Danielle Harris kind of play like a younger Danielle. Who knows? But I'm going the route where Danielle actually is an adult, and we kind of get flashbacks of her, in the adoption center. She gets adopted, and she's living life. Maybe she works at like a coffee shop, and it kind of plays into Jamie Lloyd's, character and everything all around. Also, Danielle Harris touched on with Malika, throwing him the script. This how I know it's perfect, because this theory that I just been, you heard it here first. I've heard people talk about, including myself, the Halloween 4 continues in the timeline. No one's talked about how you can take the 4 timeline with Jamie Lloyd and push it to a sequel with 78, kind of erasing Halloween 4, but still getting best of both worlds by bringing Jamie Lloyd in and making her the final world. And look, so it's almost like I remember how Scout Taylor Compton didn't know anything. She didn't know anything about Michael. Now I know this, I'm kind of talking about Rob Zombie, but she didn't know anything about Michael, right? She was younger. He done killed people in the living room around her, kissed her after he killed his victims. She didn't know. He had to show her the picture out his pocket, like, look, this is me, we're siblings. What if, this story continues like in that type of like rhythm where when they, proceed in the future, Michael actually has to remind Jamie Lloyd when he catches her, I'm your uncle. And she has like older pictures of Lori and her when they were younger. Oh my fucking God. Just thinking about this is crazy. Like, oh my God, like this. Okay, so then when this hits the fan, we have a niece versus an uncle, but they finally get the showdown, like Danielle Harris told Malika Card. She kind of wants that showdown with Michael, but it also works for fans because you get another direct sequel, and you do not look. Because, I feel like with Halloween 4, if they would have came back with like a Halloween 4 timeline, you're going to have fans out there that actually wants that mask, just off the Halloween 4 field. But I feel if you do a direct sequel, you can go that age mask route again. But don't have it just like Chris Nelson, even though Chris Nelson's was perfect. I love the trilogy mask. But you feel what I'm saying? You can kind of go that, how the real age 78 mask, look how the lips are tearing off. You can go that route now. You're free. This is Halloween's second chance, bro. This is a second chance. This is a second chance at life for people that hate Halloween ends. I love it. I'm cool with it, but I'm just saying, we're going to get Michael back. In a few years, we're going to get Michael back, and people are scratching their heads saying, what we're going to get. Now, I still think it'll be cool if they, kind of started fresh and did something new with Michael to start afresh. That's also cool. I also think the Halloween 4 timeline will be cool. Continuing with 4 and everything, I think it'll be so cool. Also, Halloween 4, if they did, I would love to have Rachel back. Now, I want to say this, because for the Rachel fans, I love Rachel. I am I'm a Rachel, I'm team Rachel. So, I feel like, guess what you can do? If you're kind of doing it, this is for fans. They did it in Rob Zombie's Halloween, we can do it. What if you made, Danielle Harris and, the character Rachel either still sisters in this timeline, but adopted, through a foster care, they're still sisters. Or you can just make it like they're like the same thing with 4, but kind of have it just with a different story, if you feel what I'm saying. Just for fan service to have Rachel in there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you're getting best of both worlds. Once again, you're getting 4, but you're getting a sequel. And you're getting like a continuous. And you're finding out in your brain what happened with Lori. What happened with Lori afterwards. Now, I know some people are like, bro, what happened? Da, 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 da. But guess what? It's a lot of cleanup. Because if you really want to get deep, you can say like, go back to 2018 and say things like, you remember what Lori said? She said she was messed up when she was talking to the podcasters, 2 failed marriages, all types of stuff. It will work. And I will just love it because you got Lori's story in 78 with Loomis. And if you wanted to, bro, you can even incorporate Loomis in the sequel, bro, like a flashback how they did in Kills. You know, you can just, you know, have him kind of leave something behind for Jamie, like a, you know, I don't know, like a letter, or, you know, maybe after Lori and Loomis' story was over in 78, it kind of shows some years after where Loomis had going, and maybe, you know, he found out Lori was pregnant, he left her daughter some information behind to help her in the future. We get like a voiceover with Loomis. You guys, you cannot tell me this is not Halloween's second chance at life. Bro, like, it's so perfect. And people are like, who's going to play Michael? James Lloyd Courtney said he's not going to play. Bro, I keep saying this. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Aaron Armstrong from the Halloween Kills flashback. Dude, he is perfect. Dude, I thought at a point that was James Lloyd Courtney in that flashback when I first seen Kills. He is perfect. He's the same type of age Michael will be in his timeline. Think, 40 years later, and he still got some little young on his bones. He's still young on his bones. So, in that flashback, the way he's choking Hawkins' partner, it just works, bro. And he's a stunt man. It will work fluidly. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, whoever out here trying to take my idea, you know, these movie companies, hey, man, you remember you heard it here first, because you know it's going to work. I feel like if they don't take this, bro, you're going to just make it hard on yourself just digging through timelines. Only other easier way, too, is to go to Halloween 4 route, or go just the complete fresh, you know, base route where you're starting over from nothing. You know, and I feel like, or just do a 78 remake and just continue, just redo the whole timeline. But that's a lot. I feel like if you know, want to get another trilogy going, you want to get that hype, you want to get that money rolling in, you want to get the fans back on board or whatever, and kind of, you know, this is it. I know it sounds crazy, but no one's ever said it. I thought about it. I'm like, bro, that can actually work. Bro, just Jamie Lloyd being Lori's daughter in a sequel, and just kind of having to continue immediately, like from a time jump, and now this is Danielle and Michael's story. Perfect. Perfect, man. You can even, if you wanted to, I mean, you know, John Carpenter's all about them bucks. Get him in on the score. And like I said, you can even go with that original 70, how the 78 mask looks to this day. I'm not talking how Chris Nelson had, which I love it. I love 2018. It's one of my favorite masks. But, I mean, I'm just throwing some, you know, fan service theories out there. You know, a lot of people want to wish that 2018 had the original mask, a look with the ripped lips and a rotten look. You know, well, maybe they can take a shot at it with this, if they do it. But I'm just telling you guys, I can see it happening. And comment down below what you all think about everything we talked about, this golden theory on, you know, giving Halloween another chance. And I think this is the easiest way. Like I said, I hear everyone talking about continue 4 and everything, which is fine, but you're going to have to kind of bring in, you know, a lot of other theories and kind of different looks and, you know, backgrounds. This is kind of like a fresh start with the same story. It's like cheating in a way. You know what I'm saying? So I think this should happen. I think it should happen. I will love it 100%. I will be behind it 100%. It will just work, and it will continue the legacy of Halloween in a story, and it still incorporates like Loomis, Laurie Strode. You can even incorporate Annie, Linda, Brackett. You can do all of that with this storyline, bro. And you could create another trilogy off of it. And you can give Jamie Lloyd, you know, and Danielle Harris as an actor her flowers for being a part of Halloween. Comment down below what you guys think about this crazy theory. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social media. ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY _ on TikTok, Brand on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and right there where to subscribe next week. Click join, become a member of the channel. I want you guys to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all.